So it's a Monday and my day off, supposedly, but I've taught some lessons this morning because it is holidays. People are keen to get lots in, and I'm taking the 3 girls off to the vets today to be scoped for ulcers. Obviously, Barina behind me and Barbie were diagnosed with ulcers at the end of last season, and we've treated them and we've reduced their ulcer shield down now to 1.5 mils a day. Candy we're getting done just because we have never actually scoped her before, so I figured it can't hurt, and she's also on treatment anyway and always has been. And we're also going to try and do a stomach acid litmus test today to see what the actual pH is in there. The vet spoke about that a while ago, so hopefully we can get that done and we can see if our treatment is maintaining them really well. So let you know how we go. Here's the girls all loaded up, about to head off to the vet to get their stomach scoped. Here we are at the clinic, Horsemead Hills. So we actually not use Moorville Equine Clinic normally, and they've got a Hills branch which is called Horsemead Hills. Here we go. Here we are in Achunga here, and hope to get some really gory photos of the scoping for their ulcers.
Okay, so now we're going to go back to where we were.
Barina. And we've dropped her ulcer treatment down to 1.5 mils, and we clearly cannot. There is some shavings in here because she ate a bit of shavings this morning when she's been starved or fasted for this. So you can see there, that is like nasty, deep and bleeding. And that is very painful. Sorry, it's all right. Very, very painful for her. So she will have her treatment increased again. And this is just on where the protected lower stomach joins the upper stomach, for use in my layman's terms, to the unprotected area, so in that join there. Yeah, that is nasty. So Candy's had her scoping now, and very interesting findings. Ruth's now going to tell us what we're going to do about this moving forward. So over to you, Ruth.
Very good. So we just scoped Candy here, and she's got some stomach ulcers, which we're probably expecting. She's, an elite performance horse, so it's very common, and she's a little bit of an internal stress head, we think. So no surprises there. She's got some ulcers around what we call the greater curvature of the stomach, where the 2 parts of the horse's stomach meet. She's got some ulcers there, and she's also got some on what we call the lesser curvature, which is the smaller side of the stomach. So we can treat that with what we call ulcer shield, which is an omeprazole product essentially. She's also got some ulcers on the glandular part of the stomach, which is the part of the stomach that produces the acid. They're a slightly different type of ulcer and a little bit harder for us to treat. So we're also going to add in a different medication for her. Now we think that those glandular ulcers are really quite painful for horses, and I can tell you we scope a lot of horses here and we see it very commonly, and it's not treated all that well with the omeprazole. So we need to add in a different product to act as sort of a band-aid to allow her to heal those areas, and then I think she'll recover really well, and that'll be really good for her.
And what's that product we're going to put her on?
So we're going to put her on Carafate, which is Sacralfate.
Yep, beautiful.
Yeah. So
you got that, Candy? She goes, oh yeah, good old snooze right now. Look like donkey. Don't you? So we've just done Barina's scoping, and when we actually were trotting her up for her routine vet inspection before she starts work anyway, she was pig rooting on line, kicking out a lot, and because she's been fasted for this scope, and the ulcers we found in there are so nasty, there's no wonder she's actually kicking up at her belly while she's trotting because it hurts so much. So over to Ruth, what are we going to do next?
All right, so as Megan said there, so we just scoped Barina, and we've actually scoped her before, and she's been treated for ulcers. We've scoped her again today, and they're really nasty today. And you've got to bear in mind this is a horse that's just had a nice holiday, so she's having a great time not being ridden, so we can't blame any jumping or galloping or anything like that for the ulcers, and she's on a great diet. But we've still got really nasty ulcers on what we call the lesser curvature of the stomach, so where the little part of the stomach curves around where the entrance and the exit of the stomach are. We've got really deep, nasty bleeding ulcers through there, and they're really chronic. You can see we've got like a white ring of scar tissue around them where they're trying to heal and they just can't heal. So they would certainly be really painful. So we're going to up her dose again of the omeprazole medication. We're going to put her on the Sacralfate, the Carafate tablets as well, and we're also going to add in an antibiotic for her as well. So there's some evidence in the science that there's some types of bacteria that can get into the beds of the ulcers inside their stomachs, definitely in humans, and you can get this kind of resistant infection, and that stops them from healing as well. So sometimes if we get a really challenging ulcer case that's difficult to deal with, we'll give them antibiotics as well. So Barina's earned herself the 3 medications. We're going to go the full Monty with her.
Full strike, yay! Well done, Barina.
Good girl.
Yeah, so we'll get her treated and get her on the mend, and we'll re-scope her, won't we?
Definitely.
In how long do you reckon?
I think we should re-scope her in a month.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
Check that out and see what that's doing.
Yeah.
Keep on top of this, beautiful, because you're worth every bit of treatment we've got to do. You're a beautiful bush weasel. So that's on like on the really red pink bit.
This bit, yeah.
Yeah,
Don't
right
like
there.
That bit
Yeah.
compared to the other parts. Yeah, correct. So basically
And
here
that
is the
green
way
stuff
out
down.
of her stomach.
Yep.
Yeah. So we're looking at this area here, which is
Yep.
called the lesser curvature. Okay. So it looks a little bit thickened. If you compare, like this is the normal junction here.
Okay. Yep,
See,
yep.
and there's a little ulcer there in the distance. You
Yep.
can see. And then over there, it's quite sort of thickened
Really,
and
yeah, angry looking.
Yeah, that's right. So that's a very common spot to get some ulcers.
As we had the caraphate medication for
the glandular ones,
Glandular
yeah,
one,
for where
yeah.
that pink part of her stomach looks
Yep.
really angry. So you see,
And that bit of
you
a dot
see
there,
Yep,
yeah.
there's a little bleeding glandular ulcer there.
That'd be really hurting her too.
Yeah, so those are really sore. Yeah, definitely. So now you can see closer all these
Yeah.
ulcerated areas through here. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh goodness me.
Such a good girl.
She needs a lot more treatment.
Yeah, so she probably needs more ulcer shield.
Yep.
So that's her swallowing there. See that?
Oh yeah, this is a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, so this is going into the way out of her stomach, so all these are quite inflamed. What we
Yeah.
call the pylorus there. Yeah. So it's a great shot.
Great shot, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fantastic. That's exactly what we want to see. Yeah, so again, a bit more inflamed.
Yeah,
Ulcer
really
down
inflamed,
there.
isn't
See that
it?
real pinkish
Really
patch?
pink.
Yeah, compared to the more normal coloured parts. Yeah.
And that's why she responded so well when she's having it like 6 meals twice a day.
Yeah, I would
You
imagine.
know,
Yeah.
so it was much
yeah,
happier.
She's definitely prone to ulcers. This one. This one, okay. So we can get any further. Good girl. Beautiful. That's great. So we can see this is into her small intestine now.
Yeah.
That is a fantastic picture. I know, darling.
And is that quite pink at the bottom there
Yeah, so
compared
you
to what it
can
should
see
be?
There looks like an ulcer there, with a little bit of
Yeah.
fibrin on it. There's another one there, okay? So this is her entrance to her small intestine now. So that is a
You had a
beautiful
little
picture.
black dot down there. Oh
Yeah.
goodness me, candy,
Yeah, so
candy.
see-
Out the top
There,
as well.
there. Yeah. Yeah, and this one would be a deeper one that's got a little layer of fibrin over the top,
Yep.
and there's a few here
On
as
the
well.
side,
See
yep.
there? Yeah. Yeah, lovely. All right. Well, she's been an absolute angel to scope. Absolutely
she?
perfect. Just the best picture. It was very straightforward. I hope the other girls as easy.
As easy as that.
Yeah.
Oh, that is some
Great.
good information.
Absolutely. All right.
Really
We're not
good.
going to torture you anymore, Candy.